Hello, and welcome to the Amateur Half Hour Podcast, where we talk about things film-related and non-film-related sometimes. I'm Colin. To my left here is Ben. Kalen over there.
Hi.
Gus, Henry, and Chris are all with us today. So let's just open it up to some open discussion. Anybody got anything they want to talk about today? It's good talk, guys.
Broke the silence. Why would you break the silence?
I'm really excited for Fury.
Fury? For Fury?
Yeah, for Fury.
Yeah.
I know, and I'm going to be seeing it soon.
Yeah.
God forbid I don't see something its opening night.
Exactly.
No,
That's all you're
I'm
good for.
hopefully going to see, possibly tomorrow, I might go see Fury. It's kind of one of those weird films, like, my dad doesn't go to the movies very often.
Sure.
But when he does, it's for, like, when he wants to see a movie, it's probably going to be really good.
Right.
And it's, he's a huge fan of Brad Pitt, and he's a huge fan of World War II stuff, so, like, the two of them together, he was, like, he was the one who told me about it.
Yeah.
Which means something. If he heard about that before I did.
Right.
So, that's hopefully something to see tomorrow, maybe, and I'm excited about it.
I've heard good things.
Time out, there's a deer in the yard.
Yep. Oh no.
Oh, sweet.
We gotta start over.
Stop the podcast.
Gotta
There's
go
a
kill
deer
it.
in the yard.
That's a big one.
That is a big deer.
This is a really special
I
moment,
think you
guys.
guys are just making this up.
So, yeah,
That's not the
this is our first podcast. This is actually the third time we've tried recording a podcast.
There's
Yeah.
another deer. It's not our
Yeah.
first podcast.
No, this is the fourth.
Is this the fourth?
Because we did it once.
Two deer.
Yeah.
Two deer.
It didn't work. We did it again and we lost it. And then we did it a third time and actually had it.
So
Yeah, and then we couldn't use it because I said mean things about Paul Walker, and then he died.
That insensitive.
wow, don't say anything mean about anything.
What a jerk!
Yeah.
You're
so
gonna
rude,
do it
Colin.
again.
Disrespectful
God,
to the
every
dead.
every time I talk about somebody during a podcast negatively, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
So
Could you, like, start talking about Kim Jong-un?
Why would you wish that on them?
has to be film related though. Apparently.
The
There's a
interview
movie
of Kim
coming
Jong-un.
about him, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
there
we
you
should
go.
talk about the interview.
He's on
yeah.
TV all the time in Korea.
Mhm.
So, well,
North
you know
Korea's
what?
best Korea. What?
You know what? This is our very first podcast, so maybe we should talk about ourselves for.
Hey,
like,
is this our very first podcast?
this is our
I
very
thought
first
this was our
podcast.
fourth.
All right,
Yeah, haven't we tried it?
Episode 1, part 4.
Chill.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Chill.
I'm pretty excited about it.
stop.
The podcast awakens.
Stop. Every time I try and take something seriously for 30 seconds, you guys just shit all over it. And I wouldn't have it any other way except for when I would have it every other way, which is all the time.
Wow.
I'm trying it. I'm trying.
Are you
I
trying?
I was trying to get things back on
Okay.
track. I wanted to know where the discussion was.
Well, let's start with Henry. Henry, tell us a little bit about your film background, since this is a film podcast mostly.
Oh man, I don't like being put on the spot.
Okay,
Too bad.
Henry, the spot's over there. You're right there.
Welcome to our podcast on the spot.
That's already a
Cat
thing.
douche.
Everyone went silent. I was like, wait, did they like that?
No.
I
No.
really liked that.
So, thank you, guys. Movies are cool. What do you want? Oh.
You went to film
Yeah.
school.
Oh, like actual
Yeah,
background.
like you,
Oh, yeah,
like you
yeah.
as a person.
Oh, me. Oh, shucks. Well, I mean, I guess I went to school,
Mm.
and that was neat. I spent 4 years in New York studying pretentious things at NYU, and now I'm back here in Zionsville with Amateur Hour.
Sunny Zionsville.
A
Now they
riveting
know what
opportunity.
Right?
What happened?
Where did you go wrong?
Couldn't turn down numbers like that on that paycheck.
Yeah.
Chris, we'll move on to you now.
Yeah. I also studied film.
Study
But it was
or
far
film?
less both. But I don't say I went to film school because it was an engineering school.
But if you went there for film, then
Well, it ended that way. It didn't start that way.
yeah, for sure.
I didn't start engineering either, so. But yeah, film stuff. I dig it. Now I'm here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll go next. I did like a couple years of college and gotten a lot out of it, but all in all, college just wasn't for me. And so we decided that we were going to be doing stuff like this on our own. So that's kind of where we put my efforts into, at least. We've been working on all this amateur hour stuff for a while. Like we've been working on this together as a group for about 3 years
days.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 days, yeah, close, something like that. So yeah, 3 minutes. But
How long
but
has
yeah,
this podcast been going?
yeah, that's me, Ben.
I went to school as well. I did stuff.
What'd you go to school for?
Computer animation.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah. It's relevant and super helpful.
That it is. You also build like all of our props, which is nice.
Yeah, it's really
Props for that.
Ah, there's Chris.
Good night, everybody.
Kalen.
My name's Kalen, and when I was a young boy, my parents went out for date night, and I was left with my my younger sister, and aliens came, and they took her, and I've spent the rest of my life searching for answers. I work for the FBI. People call me Spooky.
That was the plot of Norbit.
I'm gonna leave it at that, Gus.
My name is Gus. I haven't actually ever seen a movie, but I hear they're great.
Gus is blind, by the way.
Yeah,
He hears a lot of movies.
But he
What?
reads
Oh, yeah.
a ton.
very good at that.
You're a visual artist. No, Gus is one of the other people in our group who is actually trained to do the thing that they're here
Oh,
for.
no.
You did like acting school.
Yeah,
What are you here for?
Oh God.
Acting.
Acting.
I just show up for the paycheck, guys. I don't
Tell me
But
about it.
it's
Oh.
sweet.
I'm
Sweet
really-
Boone County money.
Sweet.
I'm
Sweet
really,
bacon
really
that
curious as to where you guys are getting paid from because I'm not getting paid,
Well, you see,
and
it's set up in a way that you have all of the shares, but then we just took all of it.
oh,
So yeah, we're just taking your money.
okay. Well, as long as I know where my money's going, that's
You
all
don't.
that really
Yeah,
matters.
I figured that'd be okay. You get to keep your name on the door, and we just take everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks. I like how you guys are talking
Sort of
like
the
I have an
power
office.
behind the throne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Illuminati.
prefix.
I'm the
Amateur
vizier.
All right. Well, I think we've introduced ourselves well enough. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and move on to the topic of the day.
What's the topic of the day,
What is
The
Colin?
topic of the day is film versus digital.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought we were
Oh.
being super vague.
It's film. No.
What could we
No.
possibly talk about?
The dying art of actually shooting on film, because Interstellar, as like everybody knows, just recently came out, and
Don't
it was
lean
shot
back, sure.
on 35mm and 70mm film, and then Hateful Eight comes out next year, and it's shot entirely on 70mm film.
Yeah, such a dying art, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could not have sounded more sarcastic. Yeah, it's real dying art.
It's dying, isn't it? A full movie in 70mm. God.
Time is it?
Must be on its going now.
Back to film versus digital. I think it's. I understand the purist mindset. It does look better. It does. There is something pure about it.
Film.
Yeah, film-wise.
Okay.
Yeah. At the same time, though, like we would not be able to afford to do what we're doing if it weren't for digital.
Right.
You know, it lowers the bar. It lowers the bar of entry for new filmmakers. I think it's very important. I seriously doubt anyone in our generation is getting into film and just immediately jumping into like actual with celluloid film. Like,
Sure.
I'm not saying it's not happening, but
Yeah.
No, I was going to piggyback off what you said earlier, but now it's a little off topic. But I'm going to bring it right
Well,
back.
piggyback.
That was really short. Why didn't
I'm bringing piggyback. Yes, I think that film obviously.
Lord of the Flies. Anyway,
It's it does look better. It
Yeah.
has no inherent resolution to it. It in theory will look better than digital until the day and age that the resolution on digital cameras is such that it's indistinguishable, which is a very, very, very high number. I'm not even sure what it is.
but we're getting there.
But slowly, we're in that 4K mode right now.
We're working our way.
Yeah, sure. But in the meantime, film will always look better. The one thing I will say is, and I'm going to go back to this example, even though it's a very strange example, but I will defend it till I die. The most ideal argument for digital filmmaking, Collateral,
Explain.
with Jamie Foxx and
Oh, the movie Collateral.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you were like Collateral. I'm like,
No,
what the
Jamie
hell are
Foxx
you
and-
doing?
and
with
Tom
your
Cruise.
movie film?
Why was that?
that movie, and I want to see Nightcrawler too because it's a similar thing. Shot entirely like at night,
Yeah.
in LA, and the way that I'm going to sound like an idiot now because I
No, it's okay.
didn't gather my thoughts, but the way that light reacts with the actual celluloid film versus the way you can manipulate a digital sensor, it could not have been shot and have the same look, that kind of, nighttime city look
Yeah.
that Collateral has.
So just lower light situations, digital is kind of
Yes,
the
and then there's
ideal.
also
Yeah.
image manipulation within that frame of
Yeah.
taking two shots, making them into one. It's a much easier process and just frankly better to do on digital.
Okay.
Sure.
Hi.
Yep, that's right.
My cat.
That's my 2 cents on film.
No, that's fair, and I have seen Nightcrawler, and like I talked about in the review for it briefly, it's a very good-looking movie, and the fact that it is shot all at night, it looks great. I mean, and so I could definitely see where you're coming from with that, and that's interesting. I didn't really know that as far as shooting on digital versus film and low light settings, but I think Kaylin brings up a really good point, and that is the fact that digital has allowed people like us and tons of other filmmakers that are just starting out to it's much easier now to get into the field.
The barrier of entry is much lower.
Yes, which kind of a plus and kind of a problem to that is that now the market is saturated with stuff. So it's a lot harder to find things that are quality sometimes, but then again, it's much easier now because of the internet and because of digital film that people that have good work and can showcase that good work online can get found. I mean, like a really good example is I think it was called Panic Attack. I can't remember. Maybe I'm messing up the name entirely. Hopefully not. But it was shot in, I believe, South America, and the guy who directed it was a short little film. Guy who directed it got picked up by Sam Raimi, and he directed the Evil Dead reboot.
Cool.
So, I mean, but because of that, and because he was able to shoot in digital and, add in special effects, and it was pretty low budget, because he was able to do all that and put it up online, and it got millions of views within a couple days, he was getting phone calls like mad for people to bring him out to LA so he could start. So I think that's a huge positive. Now, then again, film is, it is an art form, shooting on celluloid film, and I think that's something we can't lose.
So is shooting on digital film.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, not devaluing it
Right.
at all, but there is something kind of very special about shooting on film, I guess.
There's kind of a warmth to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The color is different.
Yeah, no, it definitely
Different
is.
color.
Not that you can emulate it, but
No, but it's still.
And I know, I mean, you've worked with computer stuff and animation.
you know computers.
Animation and things
You're
like
part
that,
computer.
Ben. So, like, do you have anything to piggyback off of, like with CGI and integration with film and stuff like that? Do you know much about all that?
Well, nope. I'm gonna talk about this with Interstellar and the
Ben's a half-assed podcast.
I'm going to set you on fire.
It's fine. No.
Good answer.
I think we need to take a moment and recognize the first all digital film, which I believe was Jason X.
Ah.
Or Jason in Space, if that's not.
Was it
It's
really?
Jason X. Jason
Yeah,
X is
sounds
Jason
right.
Space, and I love that movie.
With equipment on loan from Lucasfilm.
I did not know that.
Because it was right before Phantom Menace, and they wanted to test it, so they gave him all the digital gear.
What
Weird.
a
It still looked terrible.
terrible
Yeah.
thing.
It's not a great movie.
Yeah. I liked parts of that
The
movie.
holodeck
a lot.
scene was great.
The holodeck
That
and
was
also
a good
the
scene.
liquid nitrogen kill was awesome.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a dumb movie. All right.
Yes.
I had
Me?
something and then just gone.
Oh,
So-
that's the problem with doing things
Yeah.
like this that are live and continuing.
Good thing you can edit it.
I can. I won't, but I can.
I'm gonna make that half-hour mark.
Got to stretch out that time with all this filler crap.
Okay.
Well,
So
Yes, Gus.
my opinion on the whole digital versus film debate, I square myself in this outlook of, if I were a robot and I was getting robot eyes, would I rather see digitally or in celluloid? And like I can see the appeal in both.
He's on to something,
I can
guys.
see but I feel like if I was gonna store all the stuff on film, eventually I'm gonna get really heavy.
It wouldn't take long.
Yeah. So,
All
like,
that film.
I think they're both beautiful means of conveying the particular form of media. I just think from a practical standpoint, if I'm a robot and if I'm gonna get a job and if I'm gonna raise my robot kids, I'm gonna need digital eyes.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Digitalized for president.
I appreciate you weighing in, guys. Always do.
Oh my god.
Just my
man.
thought on it.
One last quick thought, and we could talk about this real quick. Is with shooting in digital, obviously there is a practicality to it, but I think as computer graphics are definitely becoming cheaper and also really starting to just flood everything that we shoot with. There's so much CGI in anything anymore.
Yeah.
Do you think that ease of use of shooting in digital and everything like that is ruining CGI at all, or it enhancing the ability to shoot, or because there's so much of it out there, and I feel like it kind of overwhelms.
It's easier to edit. When it comes down to it, it's just easier to edit CGI into digital film. I mean, it just makes sense. At the end of the day, it really comes down to what kind of quality you're willing to put into your digital CGI. Like, I mean, I have seen movies that, from... You go back and look at the CGI in Starship Troopers, and that holds up so well.
Surprisingly.
And then you look at a movie that came out maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and, like, the fake blood ruins the movie, just like because it's all CGI'd in, and just it looks odd and off-putting. So I mean, it really comes down to the amount of man hours they're willing to put into it.
Yeah.
I still don't know of too many movies that look better than the original Jurassic Park does, and that was at the forefront of that was one of the first convincing CG movies.
Very good example.
Well, a lot of that was practical effects as well.
Yeah.
Well, I understand, but the like stuff with the T-Rex and stuff that was definitely that was definitely CGI. I mean, it looked real. It's just because they put more time and money into it.
Yeah. It's like you look at something like the Harry Potter series. When you watch the first one, it's like, okay, that's clearly a computer-generated Harry Potter. And then as they go, it's like, I can't even tell anymore.
I know, yeah.
Like, obviously, they made a ton of money.
Daniel Radcliffe
do
looks
it, but.
so lifelike. I almost believe he's a real boy.
Yeah.
They really did a good job of making Elijah Wood look like Daniel Radcliffe.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
It's super impressive.
I also like that they've started, kind of almost a Japanese thing where they've started to take these digital characters and put them into other properties. I thought Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter was great in The Woman in Black.
But yeah, no, it definitely. I guess it has made working with computer effects much easier shooting on digital film.
Yes.
So I think the only drawback to that is some people have lost sight, and we could spend a whole nother podcast talking about practical versus computer effects and marrying the two.
Okay.
We probably will at some point. But the one thing I was going to say is, it has made it so accessible that everybody's using it for everything, and it kind of kills the effect of having something that's computer generated. Because I mean, really, you're only supposed to use it for things that are like impossible to film, and we're using it for things that are very easy to film sometimes, and we just don't do.
Yeah.
So, but we'll spend next podcast talking about that. That'd be a good topic.
I like that.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Anybody have closing thoughts on topic?
On that topic, I think that whatever floats your boat.
Sure.
I think if you got the budget, the big film, proper
real
film is great to use.
Yeah.
Really brilliant as long as it's done well. That said, I think there's no shame in doing digital stuff. I think that. I mean, I'm not going to come out and say that they were all shot digitally, but I'm pretty sure all the Paul Greengrass, like, Bourne films and stuff, those were all digital, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, they looked like it. And I feel like that you can do things with... Just like you can do things with the film that you can't do with anything else, I think there's stuff you can do with the digital that you can't do with anything else. else.
Sure.
There's certain looks now, like certain aesthetics that
Yeah.
have kind of come out, and I feel like that they're much more tailored to a hand cam style, and digital is perfect for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I guess, yeah, it really comes down to, as a filmmaker, it's your choice, what you want to do and what you want to show. And if you are going to shoot on film, you're kind of limited now because Kodak is like the only company producing it still.
Yeah. And they're probably selling it in bulk to studios. So.
Oh, they definitely are. Yeah, no, absolutely.
So as an individual, getting it may be next to impossible. But
yeah.
But,
all right. Well, moving on from that, let's go ahead and talk about film recommendations. Anyone want to start?
I do.
Kalen.
Snowpiercer is on Netflix now.
Oh,
Is it really? Did it come out on Netflix?
Yes, it did.
Oh,
And if you have not seen Snowpiercer, go see Snowpiercer. I'm trying to think of how to describe this movie. It's post-apocalyptic. There are a bunch of people on a train. The world is frozen over, and the train is going around the world. It's basically like a class struggle movie. Like the people in the back got the shitty tickets, and they're treated like slaves, and the people at the front live very.
Luxury.
Luxurious
Yeah,
life.
it's very luxurious,
Bourgeois.
very bougie lives.
Bougie.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Don't judge me.
I'm not excited. I'm glad we've finally broken this barrier.
We've broken the. I've ripped that Band-Aid off. I said bougie on it.
It's like playing a heart in a game of hearts. It's all on the table.
Yeah. But it's really really great. It's got Chris Evans, Tilda Swinton,
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris shows up.
Yeah.
John Hurt.
John Hurt's in there. He's great.
Jamie Bell.
That
Korean guy.
The Korean guy from
Name
Memories
the
of a
whole
Murder
cast.
and The Chaser. And
Well, he's a murderer. I don't know about like his on.
I said Memories of a Murder. That's a movie he was in. But
Yes, it is. I've seen that movie.
And the director, whose name escapes me,
Bong Joon-ho.
Yes,
something
thank
like
you. Did an incredible job. There's kind of
I hope
this
you
is a whole
that.
topic that I could get into for a
that. I
different.
know Bong's in there somewhere.
This topic I could get into another time, and I could go on for 20 minutes about it because I really love Korean movies. But there's a very specific aesthetic that I see come out of Korea that American, or really any other directors, don't really manage to touch, and it's this kind of very serious, kind of brutal tone with this very strange, almost whimsical, dark humor to it.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a humor; it's just like these little touches that add this kind of surreal kind of. It's funny, but everything that's actually happening is just
Awful.
yeah, just like really unpleasant, and I don't see that coming out of a lot of other. I don't know if I've ever seen any Western directors pull that off. Anyway, Snowpiercer is awesome.
It is good.
Yes, it has some logical leaps, but at the end of the day, it moves forward so confidently that it doesn't matter. It's a great looking movie.
Yeah. Well, and especially,
really good.
I will say this: I was super impressed. Just set design. You're working within the confines of having to make train cars
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And holy crap, did they pull it
Oh
off.
yeah, like once you get out of the back few cars, they start getting like really beautiful and
Yeah.
interesting and dynamic. It's a really really cool movie. Definitely go see it. It's on Netflix. If you got Netflix, just watch it.
I'm excited. Yeah, I didn't know it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's
It's
the
awesome.
comic book is okay.
Yeah, I've heard that. Interesting related news. I read the comic book that Edge of Tomorrow was based on.
Oh, yeah.
All You Need Is Kill, which
Yeah.
I think is a better title.
Oh, way
personally.
better title. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they rebrand it upon its Blu-ray release?
Yes,
It's now called Live, Die, Repeat.
Yeah,
It was okay. So it was originally All You Need Is Kill.
Right.
Then they changed it to Edge of Tomorrow, which is an all right title,
Yeah.
but not as good as All You
Then
Need
it was
Is Kill.
Edge of
Misleading.
Tomorrow,
You don't know
Live,
what
Die,
it's about.
Repeat,
Yeah.
and then it was Live, Die, Repeat,
And then yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident that the reason they changed it is because it underperformed at the box office, and they're trying to rebrand it for more success upon it.
Which
Which
is
you know what?
home video
That is a
release.
shame because I liked that movie
It was
a
pretty
lot.
good.
And
And you know,
Tomorrow
it was a
pretty
great
awesome.
movie with an incredibly bland title. They should have stuck with either Live, Die, Repeat or All You Need Is Kill. I really like All You Need Is Kill, even though it sounds a little Englishy. Like, I think it doesn't make sense, but it's awesome. And then the Live, Die, Repeat, fine. Yeah, I mean, at that point, they might as well just call it Groundhog Day with guns. It doesn't matter
I
because it's a
see
great
that.
movie.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Can we Can we get that on lockdown?
It's awesome. I love that movie.
Coming soon.
Yeah. But we've already covered how much I love that movie.
Yes, yeah.
So-
Oh man, I need to finish editing
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Anybody else have any other recommendations? Good.
Really? No.
I would-
I've been watching a lot of TV shows lately, so I'm
Sure.
kind of behind on the movie thing.
Well, you can talk about a TV show real fast. I'll open it up for TV shows for a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of
I
the same
thought-
medium, so we're
Yeah.
it's fine. What you been watching?
I don't know if I could have anything to recommend. I've just been watching the last season of Boardwalk Empire.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening. I think it just ended,
It
actually.
is. It's over.
Sons of Anarchy's in their last season, which, I think it's kind of run its course and it's kind of puttering out.
Sure.
I think they should have wrapped it up.
Is Henry Rollins still in that?
No, he was just in the one season,
Oh, then why would I watch that?
but that was the best season.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I love me some Hank.
Oh, man.
Which season was Henry?
Hey, Henry, is that
2
camera
or 3?
still rolling?
2 or 3?
Don't talk to Henry like that.
No.
Oh,
I think it's been that way for a while.
that's a shame.
It's out of juice or out of...
Started rewatching Twin Peaks.
Yeah, because the new
Which is,
season's coming. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Just like the bizarre parts are the best, and then like the kind of more straightforward.
Like season 1.
Well, season 2's got like the weird stuff in season 2 is great, and the regular stuff in season 2 is just kind of like, get it out of here. Has anybody seen it?
Yeah, I've seen most of it.
Just everything with
bits of
Laura's friends is terrible,
it. Yeah.
and they need. To
Yeah,
go
no,
away.
they do kind of suck. If we're on TV shows, I watched a shit
We got a
ton.
couple minutes left, so
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I watched a shit ton of Misfits in this past few weeks.
Yeah.
Like that.
Power through on Supernatural. So like really embarrassing stuff, but no, Misfits is great. Misfits is awesome. I'm just
Not
letting her-
embarrassing.
Go watch Misfits.
Mhm.
Supernatural is embarrassing.
I think the best new show on television though,
Mike
Well,
Tyson's
so-
Mysteries.
Too Many Cooks.
Too many cooks.
Yeah,
Too many
God,
cooks.
no.
Too many cooks.
Oh, we're back on this again. We've
It
been
is,
humming that theme all day.
It's something special, I think.
Yeah, everyone go check that out. It's on YouTube. It's only a 10-minute episode.
It's the pilot.
Yeah, it's a really
It's fun.
poignant criticism.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
It does get a little postmodern. But
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like we watch very different things.
Yeah. Let's just.
There's a lot
We're
to
taking
take in
turns
from
on
it.
this, so we'll say Ben. What have you watched recently? Movie
Has it been
/
anything?
TV show.
Anything at all?
Movies recently. Interstellar and John Wick.
Yeah.
Both awesome. TV. I've been watching a lot of Arrow.
Yeah.
in the new
Okay.
Season.
Nice.
Have you watched The Flash at all?
Yeah, I don't like it.
See, I find it much less melodramatic, which isn't saying much. But they're both better than Gotham, so it doesn't matter.
I like Gotham better than Flash.
Oh, I hate Gotham.
Well, I think you guys should fight.
Do it.
I think we're gonna have to talk about that next podcast.
faster. The fucking voiceovers at the beginning of Arrow and Flash annoy me so much. At
Yeah, that's
every
fair.
single episode,
That's fair. At least
they reintroduce themselves, and it grates me way more in Flash for some reason.
That's totally fine. I understand, but for
And
me,
it's
the CW ones are not pretending to be something they're not.
I don't know.
Like where it's I know what
They
I'm
have
getting
less
into.
to live
is-
up to than
I-
recent
Exactly.
Batman movies.
Yeah.
I have the Gotham. I mean, it's trying, but Flash seems like it's not as self-aware as it should be.
That's fair. I think we could have a whole argument about this, and I think that we should save it for another time.
I think
but
so. But yeah.
Yeah.
Gus, do you have any movie recommendations?
Oh God. I mean, like, John Wick was great.
Yeah.
That's something I saw recently. And as always, if you have not seen Kurt Russell in Big Trouble in Little China, what's wrong with you?
I can't argue with that.
It's on Netflix too. Like,
Yeah.
no excuses.
There are no excuses to
Yeah.
like not watch and enjoy the shit out of that movie.
But besides that, actually, like, just a lot of stuff on YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
Garth Marenghi's Dark Place is on there.
Oh.
And,
Absolutely.
Noel Fielding's luxury comedy guy from Mighty Boosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
He's very good.
So,
Henry, any recommendations?
Yeah. John Wick.
Yeah.
And what else?
You're
And,
like
and
the third
maybe
person to say that.
Interstellar? Are you gonna say
No,
Interstellar?
not Interstellar. John Wick and Interstellar.
Oh,
I hate you.
Interstellar.
Intrastellar.
I think I'm the only
Well,
person here that hasn't seen John Wick, right?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it either. Okay.
Okay. Both of you guys, we're gonna pause these cameras.
Yeah.
You're gonna go out. You're gonna see John Wick. We'll
And
just
then
wait.
we're gonna come back and you're gonna recommend it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen Interstellar. Highly recommend that. And I also saw The Babadook recently. Australian psychological horror film. Check it out. It's a weird movie, but I highly recommend it. We'll have to talk about it some other time because I could really get into that movie.
I'm gonna be seeing it very soon.
Yeah,
So yeah.
no, we'll talk about it another time. But thank you for listening. If you like,
Thank you for being a friend.
Okay.
if you enjoyed our podcast
My
and you're
bad.
listening to us right now instead of watching us, you can see us on YouTube. If you look up Amateur Hour Productions or go to our Facebook page or Twitter feed, you can see some more from us. We're pretty active, so we'll see you guys later, I guess.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Wait, I forgot to talk about wrestling. Adam Rose turned heel. I need to talk about this. RKO out of nowhere.